Good evening, everyone, and welcome to college football here on Saber Broadcast Network. What a game we've got here tonight. BYU and Arkansas, two undefeated teams here after the first two games, of course. But you got two undefeated teams last season. These two faced off in Provo, Utah. Of course, Arkansas getting the 52-34 win. And so we shall see what happens tonight. Now, what are some keys to the game? Well, to me, I think when it comes to BYU, how good are they going to be able to throw the football against this Arkansas defense? That's going to be the big thing here. Of course, Keaton Slovis is the star quarterback here for BYU. And you may recognize him because he started his career at USC, made his way to Pitt last season, and then, of course, transferring out to BYU. So then you go and look at Arkansas, and it's very interesting. You've got KJ Jefferson as your quarterback, and I've said it multiple times. He is Cam Newton 2.0, folks. That is what KJ Jefferson is. So tonight, we've got a good one between BYU and KJ Jefferson and Arkansas. So, of course, all throughout the night, we will get you some updates about what is going on elsewhere around the country. So, it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. Now, of course, one of the big things here for KJ Jefferson, he is able to make these incredible plays. So, let's see how he does. Of course, he's got a great running back room. He's got Raheem Sanders, A.J. Green, Rashad Dubinion, Dominique Johnson. That's the four running backs for the Razorbacks. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. Some other guys on BYU side to really watch for. Isaac Rex, the tight end. You've got Darius Lassiter, Chase Roberts, Keanu Hill, Parker Kingston, JoJo Phillips, Keelan Marion. That's some of the receivers for BYU. So, of course, we shall see what we get here tonight. College football here on Saber Broadcast Network. Let's take a commercial break real quick, and then it'll be time for the kickoff here in just a moment. So I await. As we await the kickoff of the game, let's go to commercial and we'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to college football here on Saber Broadcast Network. Also, if you haven't noticed already on the screen, a new scoreboard up for you tonight. That is something that, of course, we are proud to be presenting you. Just a little bit different. Not too much different, but, of course, made a little bit of a difference right there with our scoreboard. As we are about ready for kickoff, as the national broadcast is back, should be a pretty interesting game here. Of course, the game's being played in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Just a beautiful night. Just a clear night there in Fayetteville. And lots of fans ready to watch their Razorbacks tonight. So, of course, at halftime, we will get you good information about what's going on around the country. Of course, one of the big storylines so far today has been Alabama. Last I knew, they have a 10-3 lead over USF. So barely beating the Bulls there in Tampa. Be interesting to see if Alabama can hold on. So here we go as the Razorbacks are getting ready. This is going to be a fun game. Mostly red in the stands tonight. Of course, you see some blue for BYU, but the majority of it is Razorback fans here tonight. So it looks like BYU is set to kick it off. Arkansas is going to receive. There is the kick. And this one's just going to go for a touchback. Kicking that ball off was Will Farron for BYU. And here comes KJ Jefferson and that Arkansas offense. So, career for KJ Jefferson. 73 touchdown passes. He's second all time in Arkansas history, only behind Matt Jones. If he has 5 touchdowns he's responsible for tonight, he will be number 1 overall in Arkansas history. So here we go. KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his right. Sends him in motion. That's AJ Green. KJ Jefferson will take off with it and get about 5 yards right there on the quarterback keeper. It's going to be 2nd and 5. What you see here, just good offensive line play. KJ Jefferson just takes what he has and gets 5 yards. A pretty good pickup when you consider, things. And we've already got an injury. And that right there that's Crew Wakely for BYU. He is being helped to the sideline. Possible head injury, looks like, the way that he's walking off. So hopefully he's going to be okay. So here we go. KJ Jefferson in the backfield. He's got his running back to his left. Jefferson's going to fake the handoff. Now throw it down the middle. That is caught. And that right there is Andrew Armstrong, the receiver for Arkansas. A great catch right there and a great throw by KJ Jefferson on the play action. Be 1st and 10, and now he's got his running back to his right. Jefferson in the backfield. Jefferson takes the snap, now handing it off to AJ Green, and he'll pick up a few yards. Now, when I say AJ Green, this is not the AJ Green that played in the NFL. This is a totally different AJ Green here for the Razorbacks. And Sam Pittman's in his 4th season as the Arkansas head coach, a 21-17 record. Now, as most know, he kind of has resurrected this program. They were down the dumps before he came. So here we go. Jefferson's got his running back to his left behind him. It's AJ Green. He takes the handoff. Green's got the edge. Green's down the sideline, and he's gone. That is an Arkansas touchdown here early. And it's AJ Green, 55 yards, and Arkansas takes the early lead. That was only 4 plays. They go 75 yards, 1:39 right there. And Arkansas has got a touchdown here early in this ball game. And here we go. The extra point by Cam Little. Clean snap, holds good, and the extra point is good. Arkansas has got the 7-0 lead here early. And what you saw in that run, just a normal handoff. AJ Green, good offensive line play, and he's gone. Arkansas 7, BYU nothing as we have us a game. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. The game is currently in commercial break on the national broadcast. So, of course, we will see how long that would be for their commercial break. But just a great drive right there if you're Arkansas really just establishing the ground game. You had one throw from KJ Jefferson, which was a caught pass by Andrew Armstrong. AJ Green did a good job on the ground, and KJ Jefferson, he had that one carry at the beginning of the game for 5 yards. So, BYU's defense not looking so good here early, and just Arkansas took advantage of the fact that BYU couldn't stop the run game. So we will see what that will mean for the rest of this game. But of course, now we get to see Keaton Slovis and the BYU offense. See if they can go down the field and respond in this game. And for the sake of having a close game, I really hope they do. Because, I mean, just like any broadcaster, they want a close game. And so I'm hoping that we have a close game. But we will see. Of course, we will get you some updates here in a little bit of other games. So stay tuned for that. So, also, UCLA's up 59-0 over North Carolina Central. So that's just something. So, national broadcast is back. They're explaining why this play had the success it did. And, man, just big bodies there for Arkansas. And that, I mean, Sam Pittman was an offensive line coach before taking the head coaching job at Arkansas. So, here we go. It's a short kick fielded by BYU, and that right there is going nowhere. And that's Parker Kingston. He only gets to about the 20-yard line right there for BYU. And now let's see what this BYU offense can do. So here we go. Keaton Slovis, the quarterback. He's got his running back behind him. That is LJ Martin. And he's got a couple of receivers out wide. He sends LJ Martin in motion. Here we go. Slovis dropping back. Now throwing and incomplete. But we got our first flag of the game. Let's see what this is. And just awaiting what they call. It's a pass interference, and that right there is Leonardo Johnson for Arkansas. Clearly a pass interference right there, as he just didn't leave any room for Chase Roberts on the field, pushing him out of bounds. Great call right there by the ref. 1st and 10 from the 35. Here's Keaton Slovis looking down the middle, overshot his receiver. That right there was the tight end, Isaac Rex, as you saw on the thumbnail of tonight's stream. So Keaton Slovis, of course, started his career at USC, having over 7,000 passing yards, 58 touchdowns, 24 interceptions there. Last year, only about 2,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions at Pitt. So, of course, hoping for a little bit better. As there's the run, and that is stopped. Behind the line of scrimmage right there. That is number 7 on the defense, Trajan Jeffcoat for Arkansas, bringing down L.J. Martin of the Cougars of BYU. Just a great defensive play, and Jeffcoat makes his way in there, and just a great defensive play for Arkansas. It's 3rd and 11. This year, BYU's 32% on third downs. They are tied for 108th in the FBS. Here we go. Here's Slovis, now being rushed. He throws it back to L.J. Martin, who's going to lose more yards for BYU, and Arkansas's defense responds. And it's going to be a BYU punt. And Arkansas is about ready to get the football back right here. Just great defense there for Arkansas. Forcing the punt. Not a 3 and out, which I was about to say. But here is the punt now. And returning it is Sategna for Arkansas. He's got room to go. He's down to the 30, down to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. It is a punt return. Isaac Sategna. Touchdown, 87 yards. And what a drive. What a return. And BYU's got to figure some things out here early. This is not good if you are a BYU fan, as here's Cam Little. Also, the punter for BYU is Ryan Rako. There is Cam Little. The extra point is up and good. The Razorbacks have a 14-0 lead now. And Arkansas, just great play. Isaac Sategna, instead of taking the fair catch, he decides, I'm going to take this football, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to go get that touchdown. That is what he does. And, man, Arkansas early, 14-0. And just incredible in the speed. What a return. And Sam Pittman right now giving some love to his receiver for that return. So here we go as Cam Little's getting ready to kick this back to BYU. As BYU will begin their second drive, as there's a kick, and this one will be returned. Parker Kingston gets a little bit of space out on the edge, and that's going to be great starting field position right there, just shy of midfield for BYU. So that is about what you want if you're BYU. You just allowed a punt return, and then you have your kick returner, Parker Kingston, have a great return right there, get you started in just incredible field position. That's what BYU needs to get maybe a little bit of momentum back on their side here in this game. So speaking of Alabama and South Florida, Alabama has just scored, taking a 17-3 lead with 33 seconds left in that game. So here we go. Slovis out wide. And right there is Keelan Marion for BYU with the catch. That'll be a gain of a few yards right there. Or about a yard. So 2nd and 9 now. So here we go. Slovis, guys, running back to his left. That was LJ Martin. Now he throws it, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Marion once again, but incomplete. 3rd and 9. So 9 yards to go on this 3rd down. Of course, I think BYU's going to the air with this one. Going to be interesting to see what kind of defense Arkansas draws up, knowing that BYU likes to throw the football a lot. So what kind of defense does Arkansas dial up right here? So here we go. Keaton Slovis has got his running back LJ Martin to his right. Sends a man in motion. That's Marion. Slovis takes the snap. Rolling to his right. Now throwing. It's dropped. He was looking for Cody Epps right there. Incomplete. 4th and 9. And Slovis he had his receiver. Epps just dropped it right there. So here we go. It's going to be an Arkansas. Arkansas's getting the football back. As this one will sail out of bounds at about the 3 yard to 4 yard range right there. And they're going to now mark it about the 3 yard line. So 2 big plays for Arkansas. Gives them a 14-0 lead. We got 10:37 left in the first quarter. And Arkansas showing why they could be one of the best teams in the SEC this season. Just incredible stuff. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Fayetteville, Arkansas is the site of our game here tonight. Cooper Naylor here with you. And 14-0 is your Arkansas lead here early as Arkansas is getting ready to take the football back. Be interesting to see how they do because both of their starting drives had decent starting. Well, they started from the 25 on their first drive, and that's all they've had is just their one drive. Of course, they had the punt return. And so now they're starting at about the 3 yard line. And so it'd be interesting to see what kind of offense they're going to run. Of course, KJ Jefferson, the big man playing quarterback. He could honestly be a linebacker if he wanted to be a linebacker. But that just gives you an idea how big this guy is. So it'd be interesting to see, do you go with a quarterback run? Do you go with a couple of handoffs to A.J. Green? Now, Arkansas wants to be a ground and pound kind of team. So be very interesting to see who exactly is the one running the football. We will see for Arkansas. Of course, they have a 14-0 lead. So we'll just see how much they add on throughout this game. So, also for your update on Tennessee and Florida, it is 7-6 Tennessee in the second quarter. But Joe Milton 7 for 8 for 89 yards on a touchdown. So that's just an update about what's going on around the country. So here we go, KJ Jefferson under center. And I think we got a flag on the play. We will see who this is. And it's an offside. That is Tyler Batty for BYU. And Arkansas will get a 1st and 5. So now they're at about the 8-yard line here. Much better starting field position if you're Arkansas. Jefferson under center. He will hand it off to his running back. That right there is number 7, Rashad Dubinion. And another flag out there. We will await the call here. And we got a holding right there by Francis Sherman, the tight end for Arkansas. And that's going to push them back halfway between the goal. So 1st and 9 now. So you had a 1st and 10. Then you had a 1st and 5. Now you got 1st and 9. This is from about the 4-yard line. As right now they show Dan Enos, the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the team, as there is another carry by Rashad Dubinion, who will get about 2 yards right there if you are Arkansas. Be about 2nd and 7. And Arkansas, of course, ground and pound kind of team. So far, no yards total for BYU, 76 for Arkansas. Here's Jefferson rolling to his left, now throwing, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Tyrone Broden, or I think it's Broden, looking at the back of his jersey, but just incomplete. He could not control the ball. 3rd and 7 now for Arkansas. Be interesting here on this 3rd and 7. They're going to probably go back to the air right here, as KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his right. Jefferson looking to throw, and that one was tipped at the line of scrimmage that he was looking for Isaac to slay. It's going to be 4th and 7 as BYU's defense makes a stand right there. And now it'll be up to what can BYU do on offense. As Jefferson, he had that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. That was big number 91, Jackson Cravens. He got the tip. And now here is Max Fletcher on the punt. Hobbs Nyberg is back to return. And it is a long and high kick. Nyberg will take it. He gets he gets around some of the players and then just goes down. He's taken down right there by Arkansas. So here we go. Great starting field position if you are BYU. And just going to be very interesting to see how BYU does on this offensive series right here. So, of course, we are waiting on the national broadcast to get done with their promo. So here we go. Keaton Slovis got his running back in the backfield behind him. That's LJ Martin. He's got his man in motion. And here's a snap. It's a fake to LJ Martin. Slovis looking, throwing. That's caught. That's Isaac Rex right there. First down, BYU. As maybe they get a little bit of momentum right there with that throw. First down, Isaac Rex again, of course, their star tight end. Just a great ability right here. You can see that Slovis has been playing for a while, and he just throws Isaac Rex wide open right there. Puts it in a place only Rex can go and get it. Great play right there by BYU. Here we go. Slovis has got his running back to his left. He sends a man to motion. It's the backwards pass. Now looking to throw. It's wide open. Touchdown, BYU. And right there is Deion Smith catching the pass from Parker Kingston for the touchdown for BYU. And like that, 2 plays, 53 yards, and 52 seconds is all it takes for BYU to seemingly get themselves back in the game. What a play. Will Farron is on to kick the extra point. Here we go. Clean snap. Nice hold. And Farron puts it right through for the Cougars. As now we've got it. It is 14-7 right here. Arkansas with the lead. And beautiful play call if you are BYU, leaving Deion Smith, the running back, just completely wide open. Parker Kingston, though, beautiful pass. And BYU has tied the game. Well, not tied the game, but they are down 14-7. I'm so sorry for that. Also, Alabama and South Florida have just gone final. Alabama 17, South Florida 3. So Alabama, even though it looked nasty, however, they still found a way to win the game. So we will see. But in my rankings, Alabama will, to be honest with you folks, Alabama's not going to be dropped just because they won a game. That's how I do it. No matter how ugly it looks, you don't fall for a win. So, there you go. 14-7 Arkansas, as here's the kickoff. And this one's going back to the end zone. And Arkansas will just take a knee. That is Sategna taking a knee right there in the end zone. And so, of course, right now they are looking back at last year's matchup between these two, where Arkansas won the game. Arkansas, of course, got a 52-35 win over BYU last season. So here we go. Jefferson's in the backfield. He's got his running back to his right. He'll hand it to him. That's A.J. Green. He gets a block, and he gets about 3 yards right there, I would say. Be about 2nd and 7 for Arkansas. 2nd and 8, I mean. And, of course, clock moving a little bit with that run play for Arkansas. 3 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown for A.J. Green. So here we go. Jefferson got his running back, A.J. Green, behind him. It's a throw out wide. And right there is Andrew Armstrong picking up a few yards right there. Going to be 3rd down for Arkansas. So it's about 3rd and 4. So right here, if you are looking at what they could do right here on this 3rd and 4, this is a range where you could either throw the ball and kind of, catch them off guard, or you could run it. You could run it or throw it right here. Just up to whatever Arkansas wants to do. But it's a passing play. Jefferson stepping up in the pocket, and that's incomplete. Looking for Isaac to slay. Be 4th and 4. So it'll be interesting to see. Do they play the analytics here and Will they just go for it here? We'll see. But Jefferson kind of had to force that out. So we will see. So here we go. Here is the punt. And that is Max Fletcher. And that one goes out of bounds. Be interesting to see where they spot this one. As it's going to be BYU football at about the 41. So early, Arkansas got up early with a 14-0 lead. Now, BYU has a chance to tie the game when you return. All right, everybody. We are back. BYU and Arkansas 14-7. Now, if you just joined us, what you've seen so far here early in this game is you saw Arkansas on the first drive. AJ Green, the running back for Arkansas, he had a long touchdown run, about 55 yards right there. Then, of course, BYU got the football, had to punt it away. That punt went back for an 87-yard return by Isaac Sategna for Arkansas. That was an 87-yard punt return touchdown for the Razorbacks. And then, of course, BYU recently, of course, they're getting the football back, but their previous drive, it was a backwards pass. Slovis threw to Parker Kingston, and then Parker Kingston threw it to the running back, Deion Smith, for the long touchdown. So that is catching you up to speed on what we've seen so far in Fayetteville. As right now, it is 14-7 BYU football as we just await for the national broadcast right now. Of course, we shall see. Just waiting and waiting here. So far, both quarterbacks, I mean, nothing too flashy so far from either one of them. Just, I think Jefferson, just playing good enough to lead his team. Slovis making a couple little throws. So, I mean, still just not a lot to go from here, except just some great plays made by Arkansas and a great play made by BYU to get that touchdown. So, national broadcast back, basically recapping what I had kind of given you. And so, here we go. Here's Slovis looking down the middle of the field and incomplete. He was looking for Isaac Rex, and he just put it in a terrible spot if you're Keaton Slovis. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. From the 41-yard line, they've got to get to about the 49 on Arkansas's side of the field. 2nd and 10 here for BYU. So here is Slovis. He's got his running back, L.J. Martin, to his left. He's going to sit, throw, and incomplete. He was looking for Keanu Hill. 3rd and 10. And that right there is there on the defense. Just a great play made. Here we go. BYU has not converted a 3rd down here tonight. It's 3rd and 10. Under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here is Slovis looking to throw and incomplete. He had Chase Roberts and Singletary right there for Arkansas. Jaheim Singletary deflects that. It's going to be 4th and 10, and BYU will have to punt the football back to Arkansas. So just disappointing when it comes to just the fact that they could not get anything going. As there's the punt and caught, but we got a flag on the play. So we will see what the flag is. And this is going against BYU. And they've called it a illegal formation. So be 1st and 10, giving a little bit more room for Arkansas. Well, making it a little easier to get down the field if you're Arkansas. So, of course, here we go. 1st and 10. So the average start for BYU is their own 39. Arkansas's is their own 19-yard line. So here we go from about the 26-yard line. Jefferson's got his running back in behind him. That's A.J. Green. He's going to hand it to him. Green breaks a couple of tackles, and he is lucky just to get about 2 or 3 yards right there for the Razorbacks. It'll be 2nd down. That's about 8 yards to go. Clock continues to move. Of course, on the ground, Arkansas 68 yards to none of BYU here early. So here we go. Jefferson fakes the handoff to Green, and now the throw. Of course, that is caught by Tyrone Broden. Great play right there for Arkansas. 1st down as they just move the sticks. Great play. KJ Jefferson 3 for 6, 28 yards here early. Not really throwing the ball very much. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Arkansas. Here's the fake. Jefferson looking. That one is. It looks like it's caught. Great play right there by Andrew Armstrong. Nice throw here. Jefferson just feels comfortable in the pocket. Just delivers a great pass to Armstrong. 1st down, Arkansas. That's the 3rd reception for Armstrong here in this game. So here we go. Here's the handoff. And right there is Rashad DeBinion. He will get about a yard right there. It'll be 2nd and about 9 to go for the Razorbacks. 14-7. We got about 4:45 to go in this first quarter. Of course, if you know, I haven't been running the score, like the play clock or down in distance throughout the season. So just letting y'all know about that. So here we go. Jefferson, he's got 2 running backs to both sides, and it's a handoff to Dominion. And he gets tripped up. If he wasn't tripped up, he probably would have broke loose for at least a 1st down. But great job by that defense, and Blake Mangelson of BYU taking down Rashad Dominion. It's 3rd and 9 now for Arkansas. Both teams have not converted a third down yet in this game. Arkansas not quite in field goal range, so he needs to get them in field goal range. So here we go. Jefferson stepping up in the pocket, now throwing. That is just shy of the first down. We got a flag coming in a little bit late. Armstrong, I believe, was the one with the catch. Or no, that was Dylan Haas, I believe, the tight end. Oh, it's an offensive pass interference right there. And that will kill the drive. So close to being a first down. And just not what Arkansas was wanting. That's third penalty for 33 yards so far for the Razorbacks. It's a 3rd and 24 now. So it didn't completely kill the drive. But it's 3rd and 24. And this is from about the 42-yard line now for Arkansas. KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his left. Jefferson's going to be looking to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. He's taken down. BYU gets the sack. And that right there is Max Tooley. Great play right there by BYU, and it's 4th and 32. And Arkansas will have to punt it away. So what you've seen is early, we had an explosion of touchdowns by both squads, and now we've had a couple of punts. So great game here. Fletcher on the punt. That one sent sky high, and it went out of bounds. And it's BYU football, as we will see where they spot this, but that is not a good punt. It's going to be the 45. Not a good punt by Max Fletcher of Arkansas. And now BYU has a little bit of momentum now. They're in great field position. Let's just see what they can do with it. And Fletcher knew when he let it go, he knew that was just a shank right there. So here we go from about the 45 on Arkansas' side of the field. 1st and 10. So here we go, Slovis. Of course, he has his running back to his left. That is L.J. Martin. Hits a carry to L.J. Martin. He breaks free. That's a first down. He's got a lane. He may go. It's a touchdown. BYU. And like that, we got a tie ball game, everybody. 45 yards. L.J. Martin is in, and a touchdown for the Cougars. And like that, we've got an extra point coming, and once that extra point is up and good, we've got a tie ball game in Fayetteville. What a play. And just that offensive line, he gave him enough space, and Martin was gone. A nice way for him to stretch the ball over the goal line as well. So here we go. Extra point on the way. Clean snap, good hold, and the extra point is good for BYU. We are tied at 14 apiece, folks. And it's this offensive line just making the right plays at the right time. And LJ Martin, he just found a crease. He went through it, and a nice touchdown there for BYU. Wow. Arkansas's defense couldn't do anything right there. Nearly stopping him before the touchdown. But not quite enough. Not quite good enough. 2:24 to go in the first quarter. It is all tied in Fayetteville. And, of course, they're talking about the offensive line, Kingsley Suamatea from BYU. He is on Mel Kiper's top offensive tackles to potentially be drafted in the NFL draft. So that is high praise for that big man from BYU. As there is the kick and a touchback. Arkansas will start from about the 25. 14 apiece, as you see on the scoreboard here. And they've got a studio update on the national broadcast. Tennessee and Florida and Joe Milton. I mean, it's 19-7 Florida before halftime. They're in Gainesville. Insane. Because here's the option right here. And that'll go for maybe a yard right there, Isaac Deslay. But going back to that Tennessee game, kind of rough right there if you're a Vols fan. 19 unanswered if you're Tennessee. So be interesting to see what they do the rest of the game. So here we go. 2nd and 10 right here after that option play from Arkansas. Jefferson sends a man in motion. Looking to throw. He'll throw it now to A.J. Green, and he just bobbled it. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for Arkansas. And if you're A.J. Green, you've got to get 2 hands on that football. And who knows, maybe it's a better thing he did go ahead and just drop it, because had he not, potentially they could have lost yards on this play, on that last play. So here we go. No team has converted on 3rd downs, as I said on the last Arkansas drive. So 3rd and 10 from the 25. Jefferson's got his running back to his right. Jefferson takes a snap. Now a little bit of pressure. That is caught. No, they say it fell on the ground to Slay. Dropped it, they said. He dropped it. It's going to be 4th down, and BYU's going to get the football back. That was a draw by Slay. Here's the big thing. Did he have possession before, and did he go down? Was he down before Slade punched it out? That's a good question. Kind of shocking they're not trying to get a review on that one, as there's the punt. And that is not going very far, as that was Hobbs Nyberg with the punt reception. 1:14 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 here for BYU. A little shocking that Arkansas didn't throw the challenge flag there. Of course, a crazy day so far in college football. Bama nearly lost. Florida's got a 12-point lead at home over Tennessee. So we've got a lot going on in the sport here today. And in our game, we got a tie ball game. Here's the snap. It's the fake to the running back. Here's Isaac Rex, the tight end. He'll gain a few yards on the throw from Keaton Slovis. So it's going to be second down to go as we go under a minute here in the first quarter. It's 3 yards to gain right here on this second down. Slovis takes the snap. It's a handoff to LJ Martin, who will get the first down. Great run right there if you are BYU. Clock continues to move. So we are about at the 35-second mark. And, of course, BYU playing some great football here early. Slovis, of course, looking to the sidelines, trying to get the call as to what play they're going to run. Starting at the 42, here is a 1st and 10 for BYU. Slovis takes the snap. Looking, scanning the field, now throwing, and he just has to throw that one away. In the vicinity of Isaac Rex. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. As we got a tie ball game, 14-14. So, of course, Arkansas got the early 14-0 lead. But BYU has come back to tie the game at 14 apiece. So here we go. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Slovis giving directions to his teammates. Now taking the snap, handing it off to LJ Martin, who will get a few yards for the last play of the first quarter. 14 apiece in what could potentially be the most competitive game here on the channel this season. So, we'll be right back. All right, everybody. They are still at commercial break, so just to recap the first quarter, Arkansas 14, BYU 14, as you had the A.J. Green 55-yard touchdown run. Then you had the punt return, 87 yards for Isaac Sategna. That was an Arkansas touchdown. Then you had BYU come back on the other end, and Deion Smith, he had the touchdown off of the backwards pass from Slovis to Parker Kingston. And Kingston would end up throwing it to Deion Smith. And then LJ Martin had the long run for the touchdown. So that is a recap of what you saw in the first quarter. Let's go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Second quarter getting underway in just a moment. National broadcast, of course, still at commercial. So, of course, we will see. Of course, it'll be BYU football to start the second quarter. So, right now, just awaiting. Right now, of course, they are doing an interview that was recorded during the break. So here we go. Slovis. He's got his running back to his left. It looks like Isaac Rex to his right. And it's going to be a throw to Isaac Rex, who will get the first down on the 3rd and 5. Great play right there for the tight end. First down. And BYU's in business. And welcome back, everybody. Cooper Naylor here on the call for college football on Saber Broadcast Network. Trivia question coming up in a minute. But here's Slovis looking down the field. That's caught. Parker Kingston. First down. BYU. As we got another. Oh, my goodness, folks. Florida has taken a 26-7 lead over Tennessee. They're almost at halftime, but Tennessee could really use the break. Here's the carry by L.J. Martin from the handoff by Keaton Slovis. That'll go for about 2 yards right there for BYU. So, we always like to ask you a little trivia question during the game. So, it's regarding the home team, Arkansas, tonight. Our question for you. Arkansas claims 2 national championships. What years were they? So we'll have to dig a little bit on this one. Here's Slovis looking, throwing. That's caught. That I thought was going to be incomplete. Isaac Rex just brought it in. He tipped it back to himself. First and goal, BYU. They are set up to get a score. And the ability right here by Isaac Rex to control and get this ball. Incredible. Here's the run. And L.J. Martin, is he going to get in? Oh, my goodness. And I think he's about a yard short. I think they may mark him about a yard short right there. Just a quick run if you are the Cougars. Just trying to catch Arkansas off guard here. So, of course, you can guess in the chat. Here's the run. And it's a touchdown for BYU. So like that, they were down 14-0. And they are now up 20-14. 10 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and BYU has taken the lead. Nicely done right there as L.J. Martin just runs it in. Touchdown, BYU. As here's Will Farron. Kick is up and good. As right now, BYU will take a 21-14 lead here in this game. And it really was this Isaac Rex catch that changed the trajectory of that play. Of course, I have the hiccups, so let's go to commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. Welcome back. 21-14 BYU. Recapping that drive, it began in the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, of course. And just a methodical drive as BYU just drove it down the field, got themselves a touchdown, taking a 21-14 lead. Of course, it came off of a short run by LJ Martin for the touchdown, about, I think I want to say either 1 or 2 yard touchdown right there. So big for BYU as they take the 21-14 lead as we await the national broadcast to come back. And so we will wait that. While we do, let's just go to another commercial break. All right, everybody. BYU just taking the lead, 21-14. If you may not be informed yet, BYU, of course, joined the Big 12 this season. So this is actually a Big 12 versus SEC matchup. So here is the kick from Farron. This one will be returned. Here comes Arkansas. It's Sategna. And getting about the 27, 28 yard line. And we got a flag on the field. First flag in a little bit. So we shall see what this will be. 12:49 to go in the second quarter. Of course, about halftime we'll announce the answer to the question. So it looks like they just pick it up. So, of course, right now they're giving us an update. And Wyoming's got a 7-3 lead over Texas in the first quarter. Very interesting right there in Austin. So here we go from about the 28-yard line. Here's KJ Jefferson handing it off. That right there is the running back, Rashad Benyon. He gets a few yards right there for Arkansas. And the SEC so far against other power conferences, 4-6, tied with the Big 12. So not great. So here we go. Jefferson's got a running back in behind him. Again, it's to Benyon. He probably gets to about the line of scrimmage or either gets a yard right there. Just be determined on what the refs call, right? Just where they place the football right there. 21-14 BYU, 12 minutes to go. Arkansas driving. So Arkansas, of course, they've only had one first down since they had the 14-0 lead. So they need to get it going. They have not converted a fourth down yet. So here we go. Can Arkansas move the sticks here? 3rd and 6 here. Jefferson's got his running back to his left. Jefferson going to take it himself and not quite going to get there. And it's going to be interesting in a game like this. Does Pittman just say, leave the offense out there and go for it? Looks like they're probably going to just play field position and punt it away once again. So this is 21 unanswered points BYU have scored. And on a 4th and 3, they're sending the punter, Max Fletcher, back out there to punt it back to Hobbs Nyberg. So here we go. There's the punt. And that will be a fair catch called by Nyberg. It's going to be BYU football. And with 10:56 to go before halftime, we will see what they can do. Of course, Arkansas's offense has kind of come to a halt right at the moment. So we will see what they could possibly do. So here we go. Slovis in the backfield. He's got his running back to his left. Got a couple of receivers out wide. The handoff to LJ Martin as there is a couple of yards for Martin on the first down carry. It's going to be second down now for BYU. And what you saw right there is LJ Martin just got a few yards off of a short little carry. 2nd and 7 for BYU. So BYU kind of starting to go to the run game, trying to be a little bit more balanced, a little bit more of a balanced attack. So here we go at the 16-yard line. Here's the snap. Slovis looking, throwing it deep. That one, it's into double coverage and incomplete. He almost had his receiver. He was looking for Darius Lassiter. First time calling his name all night long. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now for the Cougars. And that was put in an interesting spot. Lassiter probably could have had a chance to get it. Just couldn't quite get it, though. So here we go. Teams have combined 1 for 9 on 3rd downs. It's a 3rd and 7. Let's see what BYU can do. Little shovel right there. LJ Martin, he's got the first down. And a little bit more as well. Great drive. Just move the sticks. Continue the drive. And Arkansas's defense will have to stay out a little bit longer. That's the 10th carry for LJ Martin. 73 yards. He's already got 2 of the 3 touchdowns for the Cougs. So here we go. It's going to be a first down. And at the 26-yard line, Slovis got his running back behind him. That's Deion Smith. Slovis looking. He fumbled it, looks like. Who's got the football? And it looks like Slovis jumped back on it. That was close if you are a fan of the Cougars. That was what Arkansas needed, was to come up with a turnover, and they just couldn't do it. Nice strip there, though, of the football, and it's going to be 2nd and 16 now. Here we go from the 20. There's the handoff. And that's just going nowhere. Arkansas's defense getting the fans back into it. Right there on the play is Thomas, number 28, Jaheim Thomas. 3rd and 16 now for BYU. Arkansas, their fans are into it now. 3rd and 16. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on this 3rd down. Slovis, of course, 2 for 4 for 8 yards and a first down on 3rd downs. So here we go. The run right here. And Deion Smith will get a little bit, but they will have to punt. It's going to be Arkansas football in just a moment. And Arkansas gets a stop on defense. It's going to be 4th down. And 11 to go as Ryan Rako is coming back out to punt. As Sategna is back waiting the punt. So here we go. There's the punt by Rayco. And this one's Tagnus going to take it, and he'll be dropped at about the 29. Arkansas will have the football. It's going to be interesting to see. Can they go down and score a touchdown here? We will see when we come back from break. All right, welcome back, everybody. Of course, they are still in commercial break. If you missed it a while ago, our trivia question tonight is Arkansas claims 2 national championships. What years were they? So you have a chance to guess what years Arkansas claims to have won the national championship. Of course, this is, before the BCS. So, big thing here is if you were undefeated at the end of the season, then most of the time you could just claim the championship because you were good enough. I mean, you're undefeated. You basically won the championship. That's how they basically used to do it. And so you had to look before the BCS. So we got one guess to it. We will release the answer at halftime. So if Colton is right on this, then we will announce that later. If 21-14, let's go to another commercial break and then we'll be right back. All right, everybody. That was a quick commercial break as the national broadcast is back. And we will see what will happen so far. Also, Cougars in the NFL. Of course, Fred Warner, Puka Nacua is in the NFL right now for BYU. Tyler Algier, man, he had a great game Sunday. Zach Wilson taking over for Aaron Rodgers, bringing the Jets back to beat the Bills on Monday Night Football. Big story there. So here we go. Here's Jefferson faking the handoff. Now trying to run for his life, and he's brought down. And just a disastrous play right there for Arkansas. Great defense from BYU. It's going to be 2nd and 10. As the clock continues to move, 6:40 to go. Here is the handoff. As here is Dominique Johnson cutting back the other side. First down, Arkansas. Hadn't seen a first down from Arkansas in a while, so that is big. Dominique Johnson. I believe that's his first carry of the night. I don't remember calling his name yet tonight. And what was big right there is the block from KJ Jefferson. Like I said throughout this broadcast, He is just built like a linebacker. He is just big, and that's why it's effective when he goes to block. Here we go. Fakes the handoff to Johnson, now looking to throw. He's going to step up, and he's going to get a few yards, nearly having the ball stripped out of his arms, but he keeps it. And so he gains a few yards right there. Just looking and looking to throw, but then just decides to tuck it and run. Good call at the last second. So here we go. 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 7 for Arkansas. Here's Jefferson faking the handoff, now throwing it out wide for Hawes. And he's got the first down. Just bullying his way for the first down. Great play right there. So here we go. 5 minutes to go. It's a first down for Arkansas. 21-14. Jefferson under center. He's got Dominique Johnson in the backfield. It's going to be a throw to Armstrong. He's going to break a tackle and nothing else doing. It'll be second down, but a great gain right there for Arkansas, as they're just moving up the field easily. Well, not easily, but just, just great play right there from Arkansas. So far as the play selection, 17 runs, 11 passes for Arkansas, trying to stay as balanced as possible while also trying to tell BYU they're a run team. Dominique Johnson on the edge, gets the first down, breaks a tackle, and a good gain right there. It's going to be first down for Arkansas, and just great play, and we got a flag on the field, folks. We will see what this is. And it's against, they called 62 offense. That's Brady Latham. And not what Arkansas wanted. So that definitely hurts. And, of course, that was big for the big run right there for Johnson. So that hurts if you're Arkansas. You had a great run. So now it's 2nd and 12 from the 48. And now it looks like we have our first timeout called of the game. BYU wants to talk some things over. And so got about 3:43 to go before halftime. Let's go to commercial, and we will see. All right, everybody, welcome. Of course, they are still at commercial on the national broadcast, so we will just talk a little bit about this game. So far, Arkansas driving on I believe it's a 2nd and 12 at the moment, so we will see what they end up doing. Of course, BYU has had 21 unanswered points. So Arkansas looking to, of course, get past that and try to get the game tied. So we will see. So national broadcast still at commercial. Long commercial break right at the moment. So, of course, if you still want to have a chance to answer that trivia question, you still have time. So put your answers in the chat. And at halftime, we will announce the answers. So still have a little bit of time, folks. 21-14 with 3:43 to go in the second quarter. Game is coming back from the national broadcast break. And scoring summary, it was all, you had 2 touchdowns from Arkansas, and now you had 3 straight touchdowns from BYU to make it the most competitive game on Saber Broadcast Network college football schedule 2023. So, I mean, not to brag about how good this game's been, but, you know. KJ Jefferson looking down the middle, caught by Armstrong. That is, I think, first down for Arkansas. I believe so. Great play right there. As right now, also scoring update, Michigan takes a 14-6 lead over Bowling Green. I know that game's probably not, the most important game in a lot of people's mind, but Michigan is up. Here is Jefferson, the handoff. Getting around the edge is DeBinion. First down and more. Down to about the 20-yard line is Arkansas. 1st and 10. Great play right there if you are Arkansas. Clock continues to move. This is a 7-play, 50-yard drive spanning 4.5 minutes already. So here we go. Jefferson in the backfield's got his running back DeBinion to his left. Sends a man in motion. It's a jet sweep. And right there, we'll go for a few yards. That is Isaac to Slay. Gets a few yards right there. It's going to be 2nd down. As the clock continues to move. 2nd and 9 for Arkansas. And just looking to get something on the board here before halftime. That would be vital. So this drive, KJ Jefferson is 4 for 4 for 29 yards. So a good drive here. DeBinion is to the left of KJ Jefferson. Here's the snap. Jefferson looking in the end zone. Wide open is Haas. Touchdown, Arkansas. Luke Haas with the touchdown for Arkansas. And I'm telling you, just wide open in the end zone. 9 plays, 70 yards, 5.5 minutes for Arkansas to go down and make it 21-20 as we await the extra points. Here we go. Clean snap. Good hold. And the extra point by Cam Little is good. 21-21 in Fayetteville. We've got a good one. And KJ Jefferson went 5 for 5 on that drive. And they have just tied the game. And so we'll be right back. All right, everybody. Arkansas ties the game against BYU at 21 apiece. Luke Haas with the touchdown for the Razorbacks. And just an interesting game here, 21-21. Now, I will tell you, because LSU and Florida State was the only game that at halftime was competitive. It was 17-14 LSU at halftime. This game's tied. If this game goes to halftime tied, folks, I think we're in for the best game that I've had on this channel this year. So, very exciting stuff going down right now. Also, of course, at halftime, got a great halftime show coming up. So stick around for the halftime show coming up after the end of the second quarter. Then, of course, after halftime, stick around for the remainder of the game. Going to be a great one. It's going to come down to the end, folks. So you do not want to miss the rest of this stream, as we're going to take another commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, kickoff. And that one will go to the back of the end zone, and it'll be BYU starting on offense. So, on this play, you had a 17-yard touchdown play. I think it's or 19, I believe. 19-yard touchdown play. And just enough time for KJ Jefferson to look and just find Luke Haas, who just had a lot of separation. Just a good touchdown for the Razorbacks. That was their previous score. So we got a 1st and 10 here for Keaton Slovis, a minute 43. Enough time for BYU to go down, either get a touchdown or a field goal and get a lead at halftime. So here we go. Slovis looking, now throwing, and they dropped the football. That was Chase Roberts, and now, after the fumble, it's Arkansas football. Like that, it went from BYU up 21-14, and what happened was Arkansas throws a touchdown, ties the game, and now Arkansas has got the football after the Chase Roberts fumble. What a play. And it is McLaughlin for Arkansas who forces the fumble, and just an incredible way to come up with the football for Arkansas. They now can take control of the game here. You got a minute 34, and let's see what Arkansas can do. Whether they get a touchdown here or if they just go for the field goal after just running some clock. Incredible stuff. As they keep reviewing it, I think we may have a review on this. The ball is definitely out, so I'm wondering what is the call here? Okay, no review. They were just continuing to look at it on the national broadcast. Nothing to worry about if you're an Arkansas fan. Minute 34 to go in the first half. And it may be that they're trying to figure out where exactly the ball is at. And I think they got it figured out, but I think there was a penalty against Arkansas, probably like a unsportsmanlike conduct kind of thing. Sam Pittman is very upset. But either way, here we go. First down. And KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his left. Jefferson looking, throwing. Wide open's Luke Haas. First down. And in the red zone is Arkansas. And that right there gets them to about the 15, or about the 14, excuse me. Here's Jefferson looking, fakes the throw, and he will run for a few yards right there. It's going to be second down. Of course, clock stopped a minute ago when they had the first down, so clock now is running. About a minute and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Can BYU just hold? That's the question here. 2 timeouts for BYU, 3 for Arkansas. Under a minute to go. KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his left. Takes the snap. Now looking. Stepping up in the pocket. Moving around. Looking to throw. He's going to end up running out of bounds after a gain of about 2 yards right there for KJ Jefferson. And very interesting here. 45 seconds to go. It's a third down. And just a very interesting game. Just nowhere to go with the football if you're KJ Jefferson. Great defense, though. If you're BYU, just trying their best to not allow any more touchdowns before halftime. 3rd and 5, 45 seconds. Clock's not running. And Dominique Johnson is the running back to the right of Jefferson. Jefferson, design quarterback run, and he gains maybe 2 yards right there on third down run. So now interesting, let's see, does Arkansas take the points, or are they just going to go for it? It's 4th and 3 in the red zone if you're Arkansas. Tight game like this. Very interesting. I would take points if it was me. Clock continues to run. It's the 4th and 4 to be exact. So now clock's just continuing to move. And Pittman's going to take the timeout with 3 seconds so that it makes it where this will be the last play before halftime and most likely a field goal for Cam Little. So it has been a back and forth kind of first half. Arkansas started with the 14-0 lead early in the first quarter. Then you had BYU come back and get 21 unanswered. And then, of course, just a few minutes ago, Arkansas had the touchdown to tie the game, and now they have a chance to take the lead into halftime with a field goal here. It is Cam Little getting ready. And can he extend the lead? He certainly has a leg kicking really deep field goals in warm-ups for the Razorbacks, and this is a 26-yard field goal. So with 3 seconds, it's a clean snap, good hold, and the kick is up and good. Arkansas takes a 3-point lead into the locker room as we have hit halftime. So let's go to commercial break, and then it'll be time for halftime. We'll be right back.
All right, Cooper, thank you. We come back to halftime here at Sabre Broadcast Network as you're watching Arkansas BYU, a 24-21 game from Razorback Stadium. Very good game. Cooper finally picked a really good one to show us this time. So, while we get this, we're going to go ahead and get some scores from around this year. Top 25 today. Top 25 scores around today. So, Georgia come back second half, won 24-14. Number 3, Florida State squeaked one out, 31-29 at Boston College. Number 7, Penn State easily beat Illinois 30-13. Number 14, LSU easily also beat Mississippi State 41-14. Jalen Daniels had a big game. Big upset. I predicted it. Missouri beat Kansas State. Number 15, Kansas State goes down to Missouri 30-27. Missouri hits a 61-yard field goal at the end of that game. Also around Utah, I forgot what number they are. Utah won 31-7 against Weber State. Number 9, Notre Dame, 41-17. Big game coming next week with Notre Dame. We'll talk about some of that here a little bit later. Number 10, Alabama. If you watched any of that, squeaked one out, 17-3 at South Florida. Number 16, Oregon State. Easily beat San Diego State 26-9. Number 19, Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner. Easily 66 over state rival Tulsa. Beat them 66-17. Number 20, North Carolina. Beat Big Ten foe Minnesota 31-13. Number 21, Duke. Yes, number 21, Duke. 31-13. No, I'm sorry, 38-14 over Northwestern. Number 25, Iowa. I don't understand. Iowa scored 41 points. I have to go look at highlights of this one. 41-10. Number 6, Ohio State. Easily beat Western Kentucky, 63-10. Also, big game next week. We'll talk about that a little bit later also. Number 23, Washington State, 64-21 over Northern Colorado. Number 24, UCLA, 59-7 over North Carolina Central. And I believe it was Friday night, maybe Thursday night, University of Miami, Florida, win 48-7 over Bethune-Cookman. That's the scores we have. That's the finals we have for today. Game's going on right now around the SEC. In the third quarter, we have Florida up 26-10 on Tennessee. Auburn, late in the third quarter, up 31-7 against state rival Samford. It says in the third quarter, UNLV is beating Vandy 20-17. It says halftime, Ole Miss over Georgia Tech 10-3. And the game you're seeing right now on the Sabre Broadcast Network is Arkansas 24-21. Also around the SEC, Kentucky up 14-0 third quarter. Also, look here also, Texas A&M won today 47-3. That's all your SEC games we got going on. Some of your top 25 games going on. Let me see if I can pull up some scores right here. I think Michigan was up. I believe Michigan was up like 10-6 at halftime. Oh, by the way, Colton, I see on the screen, Auburn's playing Samford. In-state, in Birmingham. Just in case you need to know that. Auburn gets their test next week. But I do know, I can't see my scores right now, but I do know that Texas was up 10-7 a while ago. Still early in, I believe, second quarter. Michigan was up. Big games. But good games going on this week. Some very interesting games. Let's talk about some games next week. To look at the quick schedule real quick, I've counted about 7 ranked games next week. Next week will be the biggest, maybe the best week of the whole year. The biggest one, maybe, in my opinion, the biggest one, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Very big playoff implications. We also have Florida State and Clemson. That's an early game next Saturday. 2:30 game next Saturday, Ole Miss and Alabama. Yeah, I know, Alabama may be struggling. Still ranked. It's first SEC game. Also, Pac-12, UCLA and Utah. Good games last year. We'll see how this one goes. Utah's quarterback be back. We will see. Also, the one that a lot of people are going to talk about nationwide will be Colorado and Oregon. Colorado goes to Oregon. This will be their test, their first real test. Also, in the Pac-12 game, nobody's going to talk about 2 ranked teams, believe it or not. Oregon State and Washington State. Yep, very good ranked teams. Watch out. Pac-12 is probably the best, overall the best conference we got this year. Also, another ranked game that sounds like a very boring game, Iowa Penn State. I put it 41 points today. Are they got an offense now? We'll see. Penn State, are they for real? I think they're for real. I think they could be a playoff team. That's your ranked games next week. Also, one more big game that People, you may laugh. Michigan should win tonight. We'll say they're undefeated. They will play an undefeated Rutgers team. Don't laugh. Graciano, very good coach, had Rutgers playing very well, undefeated. All right, you never know. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple more games going on next week. Just interesting games, I think. Oklahoma starts their Big 12 final Big 12 schedule. They go to Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati's first Big 12 game. They will get Oklahoma at home. SEC matchup. We're going to find out about these two teams for sure. Auburn and Texas A&M. Auburn goes to A&M. Is Auburn for real? Can they win? We'll find out, Auburn. We will see what you got next when you got A&M. Another thing I found an interesting game, SMU and TCU. Did TCU bounce back what happened to them earlier? Where are they going to be? SMU? Hey, you've just been ACC. Let's see what you got. Pac-12, another Big 12 game kind of interested me. Oklahoma State and Iowa State. Iowa State. Come on. You lost a couple upsets. You can't be doing that. Texas plays Baylor next week. Mississippi State, South Carolina. North Carolina, Pitt. Next week, folks. This is the schedule. This is the week you're waiting for. If you love college football, next week, get in front of your couch at 11 o'clock and sit there. You will see games all week. We do not know who Cooper will broadcast. We will have a executive meet with him and discuss what game he's going to do. Me and his producer will probably overrule him and pick the game because rumors are the game he wants to do, we don't agree with. We will change his mind. But that's all next week. As I told you, a couple upsets today. Iowa State, you lost to Ohio. Not Ohio State, Ohio. University of Ohio, 10-7. As I said earlier, Rutgers undefeated. You beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, what's up with you? 35-16, Rutgers won that game. Folks, I'm sitting here looking. I believe Tennessee may have scored again. It was 26-10. Yeah, this is 26-10. Tennessee's got the ball around their own 20-yard line. 7 minutes of the third quarter. Come on, Florida. You need this win. We need y'all to win this one. Come on, Florida. But that all being said, Cooper, we get ready to bring it back to you because I know you just had a second half of this very exciting game you got going on BYU in Arkansas. I'm going to sit there and watch Florida pull this one out and knock out Tennessee. And we'll see what else going on. And before we go off, I got to remind you, folks, let's not forget. I'm sorry, I got my hat on. I guess I was taking my hat off. I'm inside in my shades, as Jay Norfolk says. But hey, Dion, y'all come on about 9 o'clock. All right, let's see if it's a blowout. See if you set up a big matchup for next week. Colorado State. Coming up about, actually about less than an hour they'll be coming on. But with that all being said, thank you for joining me for halftime. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. I was told to give you the answers for the trivia question. Arkansas claims 2 national championships. 64-77. Also let you know, people, Cooper, I think, brought in onto it. When you had up to the BCS coming on 98, there was always AP poll, coaches poll. There was always tons of polls. A lot of teams claimed national championships. I may not have won them. A lot of teams claimed. There's a lot of stories about how these championships were claimed. 64, Arkansas claims one. Alabama claims 64 also. I think Alabama won theirs with AP. I'm not sure Arkansas got theirs maybe for. We call it coach poll. Used to call it UPI anyway. It's a lot of history in the way polls were done back then. But with that all being said, I'm sure Cooper's getting ready to set up for the second half. Colton, I think it's time to go to commercial, and we'll be ready for Cooper to start the second half. And I thank you for joining us, and enjoy your second half of this game.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to yes. We did get the answers to the trivia question. Of course, that was great information that Jack gave on the polls. So, of course, let's go to another commercial break and then it'll be time for the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. College football on Saber Broadcast Network. Cooper Naylor here with you. Jack Naylor joined to do the halftime show. That was awesome. So, great night of football here. Got probably the best game so far of the 2023 season of college football on Saber Broadcast Network. Arkansas, a 24-21 leader at halftime. And, of course, it's going to be interesting to see how the remainder of this game goes. So far, what have we seen? We've seen a team that really been interesting so far. And, I mean, you just have two teams that, Arkansas started out with a 14-0 lead. And then BYU came back 21 straight points. And then you had Arkansas come back 10 straight. So let's see how BYU responds. So also, I have one comment about what did I think happened to Alabama. To be honest with you, I just have this feeling like, they still got the win over USF, but they had to scratch and claw for everything they had. And I will say that maybe for one of the first times, and Ty Simpson, I think, did some good things. Tyler Buckner I don't know what to say. That was just hard to watch for Alabama. But when it comes down to it, just interesting when it comes to Alabama. And maybe for the first time in I don't know how long, but maybe a Saban team was maybe looking ahead and underestimated their competition. I think that could be part of it too, because they're looking ahead to that Ole Miss game next week. Very possible. But right now we're going to go to another commercial break, and then we will return with the beginning of the third quarter. All right, everybody, welcome back. And so, of course, we are waiting the national broadcast to come back from break to get us the start of quarter number 3 between Arkansas and BYU. What has been a game that, to be honest with you folks, I thought it was going to be interesting. I don't know how many other people actually thought it was going to be an interesting game, but I knew it's going to be an interesting game. We got here at halftime, 24-21 Arkansas, and I just hope, folks, that this continues to be the trend in this game, is that we've got a close one. Like, I really hope, because, haven't had a close game so far this season here on Saber Broadcast Network. So if this becomes a close game where it comes down to the last play of the game, then you know what? I'm going to be pleased. But let's talk about this, though, because BYU, Arkansas, both teams, I like what I'm seeing from both of them. To not see either one of them in the rankings, I'm going to review the rankings sometime tomorrow. And depending on what we've seen so far, who knows? We may see the winner of this game jump into the rankings. You never know. I mean, the eye test is the best way to watch something, in my opinion, is if you can watch the team and see how good they actually are whenever you watch a game, then I feel like that's the ultimate eye test for you. So I will review my rankings tomorrow, look at everything, and just go from there. So very interesting between these two squads, BYU and Arkansas. Who's a player that you should really remember after that first half? LJ Martin of BYU is a guy to really keep your eye on. And then two receivers for Arkansas, Isaac Sategna, and then Luke Haas. Those are the two guys I would say that from Arkansas, if you're going to really keep up with the players, those three that I've mentioned are really big players, and you're going to hear a lot more of them throughout the rest of the season, in my opinion. So 24-21, Arkansas with the lead. And just a fun one. So, of course, they're getting ready to come back from the break. Also, the run game of Arkansas with A.J. Green, very big. So, what do I see happening in this next half? Well, I see it staying competitive. And really, I think it's going to come down to basically who's got the football last. That's what I see happening in this one. I have this feeling like, whoever has it last will win this game, because I think this one they're just going to trade touchdowns for the remainder of this game, in my opinion. I think that's what we're fixing to see. But here is the kick. BYU gets the football, and it'll go out the back of the end zone. So, BYU's got the football. Of course, Keaton Slovis is their quarterback. They're coming out, and we shall see what kind of drive we see from BYU. So far, 72 rush yards for BYU to 109 of Arkansas. Arkansas, 123 passing to 112 of BYU total yards. So that makes 232 to 184 Arkansas. 10 first downs for Arkansas to 9 of BYU. And here comes the Cougars. LJ Martin is behind Keaton Slovis. There's a handoff, and that is brought down. LJ Martin behind the line of scrimmage right there. And that right there is Trajan Jeffcoat, one of the captains of the Arkansas Razorbacks, bringing them down for the 4-yard loss. Of course, just the beginning of the third quarter. I'm Cooper Naylor. Thanks for joining us here tonight, as we've got a good one in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Here we go. Here's the handoff. L.J. Martin trying to get the edge, and he does. He gains a few yards, while also taking the ref out with him. It's going to be third down, and 12 to go for the Cougars. So they're 2 of 6 so far on third downs. Expect a Keaton Slovis throw. I think he's going to be targeting Chase Roberts on this one. Here we go. Slovis dropping back, moving around, now throwing, and he was looking for Chase Roberts, but that's incomplete. 4th and 12, and like that, the Razorbacks are going to get the football back. And for once, folks, while doing play-by-play, I actually just predicted a play correct, that Slovis would be looking to throw it to Chase Roberts. So I feel kind of good about myself now. Here we go. Here is a punt from Ryan Rayco. There it goes. And back is Isaac Satangna. That one goes out of bounds. No chance for a return for the Razorbacks. And we got a flag. We will see what this is. Good starting field position for Arkansas, as we await the call from the ref. All right, so it is a penalty against BYU, and it'll just add 5 yards for Arkansas to start with. So, interesting here so far in Fayetteville. Razorbacks 24, Cougars 21. From the 46, here is KJ Jefferson. He's throwing the ball. He's got a man, and it's dropped, and a flag. This one, I believe, is going to be a pass interference on the defense, most likely. And Jefferson was looking for Jaden Wilson, the first time calling his name tonight. And it is a pass interference. That is Heckard. That is the cornerback, Eddie Heckard, for the Cougars. And so that's going to be great field position here for Arkansas. And we will see what Arkansas can do with that. Arkansas has 5 penalties for 61 yards. BYU 4 for 30. And I believe that we just have a timeout from BYU. So Kalani Sataki does not like what he's seeing from his Cougars, as we'll return in just a moment. All right, everybody. Still a commercial break on the national broadcast is our game. Of course, BYU taking a timeout. Kalani Sataki was not liking what he was seeing from that BYU defense. Of course, having that penalty. And so, be interesting to see what Arkansas can do on this drive. Great field position. Just awaiting the return of this game from break on the national broadcast. 24-21. Arkansas with the lead. Of course, this is a game of undefeateds. So, of course, around the country, Washington got a 41-7 win against Michigan State. So, Washington just handling Michigan State. So, just awaiting the national broadcast commercial break. All right. Let's go to a commercial break ourselves, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, here we go. KJ Jefferson fakes the handoff to AJ Green. Here is the little toss right there. Nearly a first down. That is Tyrone Broden. A little bit of a fake handoff to the running back and a little end around for Broden. And we'll see if they'll call first down on that. It's 2nd and 1 for the Razorbacks. Here we go. Jefferson's got his running back to his left. It's a handoff to AJ Green. First down right there for Arkansas. So, trying to move the ball on the ground and just make life easy by just going to the run game. Very interesting to see. Here is another fake. It's Jefferson taking off. Jefferson! And he'll get out of bounds. He nearly had broken free for a touchdown, but he just breaks a couple tackles and gets a 1st and goal for Arkansas. Nice play right there. That's his 9th carry of the night for 29 yards. And so, what they were showing a minute ago that I was reading, when Jefferson runs about, I want to say it said that less than 10 times a game, they are 11 and 1, and if he runs more than 10 times, they are 4 and 6 as a starting quarterback. Here's AJ Green on the carry. He is in for the touchdown, Arkansas. And like that, they're back up by 9. 30-21 now. Arkansas with the lead off of a 4-play, 53-yard drive with 1:57 taken off the clock. AJ Green. And like that, 16 unanswered for Arkansas. Cam Little route to kick the extra point. Clean snap. Good hold. And extra point is up and good. Arkansas 31. BYU 21. And it's A.J. Green with his second touchdown of the night. And it's just good offensive line play right here. As just the center just does a good job. And A.J. Green just stretches the ball over that goal line and gets himself a touchdown, 31-21. And Arkansas just commands a time of possession, 20 minutes already in this game. So, I mean, you can see who's had the ball the majority of the night. So, 11:41 to go in the third quarter. And Arkansas just playing real good here. As BYU will await the kickoff. So here is the kickoff. And that one's just going to go into the back of the end zone. From the 25 is where Keaton Slovis and the BYU offense will begin. So here we go. What can BYU do right here? It's going to be a 1st and 10. And the ref did come with a call. So it's a penalty against Arkansas. So it's going to be that's 5 extra yards. So BYU starts from the 30-yard line here. Man in motion for Slovis in this offense. Here is Slovis taking the snap. Now looking down the field. That is incomplete right there. Looking. That was Darius Lassiter. I don't believe he's caught a ball yet in this game. But Slovis was looking and Singletary had the coverage. You could say possibly a little bit of a holding, but no call. So good way to just let them play. So Lassiter's going to have to get going if BYU wants a chance to win this game. So here we go. Slovis hands it off. And that is Cody Epps for maybe a yard or two. Arkansas's defense just playing good football. It's going to be 3rd down now for the Cougars. Just nothing doing right there. And 3rd and 8 now. BYU 32% on the season. They're 2 of 7 tonight on 3rd downs. So let's see what they can do. Here's Slovis. He's looking, throwing. That's over the hands of Isaac Rex. 4th and 8, and here comes the punt unit for BYU. And just a bad miss if you're Slovis. And again, Singletary, you could say, prevented another chance for BYU to move the ball. So just here's a punt. And that's a good one. And fair catch called for by Sategna. So they're going to a commercial break on the national broadcast. Let's take it with them. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Arkansas with the 31-21 lead. And, of course, Arkansas is going back to work. So we'll see what they can do. National broadcast still at commercial. Of course, have a lot going on in the chat right at this moment. So a lot of action on that side with the chat. So so let's go to commercial break real quick. All right, everybody. We are back to Fayetteville. And Arkansas will have the football up 31-21, looking to add to their lead and further try to get themselves ahead in this one. So we will see. Right now, they are talking about Keaton Slovis, the quarterback at BYU. As for an update, Florida takes a 29-10 lead. So that's an update. KJ Jefferson out wide. And right there is Andrew Armstrong with the reception. Be second down now for Arkansas. Also, folks, if you want my opinion on that Florida-Tennessee game, I haven't watched any of it, but what it sounds a lot like is how Tennessee lost to South Carolina last year in a game that Tennessee really was not competitive in. So I'll have to go back and watch some of that. But here is a handoff right there. A.J. Green, the running back of Arkansas, gets about a yard or two right there for the Razorbacks off of the handoff from KJ Jefferson. So for those of you in the chat, if you are keeping up with Florida, Tennessee, please let me know. Please let me know if I'm kind of right about if Tennessee is looking about the same way they did against South Carolina from last year, because I'm interested. 3rd and 3 now for Arkansas. Up 31-21, 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. He's got his running back to his right. Here we go. Here's the handoff. It's to Binion. He's got a first down and a little bit more right there for the Razorbacks. Great running there. 9:15 to go in the third, and the Razorbacks are just playing a good game. Rashad Dubinion, he's got 8 carries, only 29 yards, but it's been 29 really big yards when he's come out to run for the Razorbacks. So that's a way to look at it. Here we go. Jefferson fakes the handoff to his running back. Jefferson looking, now throwing. That is... And I think it may have been dropped. It was. Jaden Wilson's just not been there tonight. I believe that's a drop, and of course, there was the pass interference where he went up to catch it and he wasn't able to. Just awkward the way he landed on the ground. His landing just was awkward, and that affected his ability to go up and get the ball. Very awkward. 2nd and 10 now. Here's Jefferson handing it off to Dominion. He will get a few yards right there. It'll be third down for the Razorbacks. 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Thule had the stop there for BYU. And just a decent run right there. Just get a few yards. Get a little bit more manageable of a third down here on 3rd and 6. Okay, so if I had to say what I think is going to happen here, I think KJ Jefferson's going to look for a receiver to throw it to. And I'm thinking it could be Armstrong. Or there's the throw right there. That is to Slay. And it's going to be close. Whether or not it's a first down or not, I thought he would go to Armstrong, but he went to Slay instead. Okay, so they're giving him the first down. From what I was seeing, though, it just didn't look like he had it. But now, okay, there's going to be a review on this. Okay, so they are going to review it. It's not a challenge from either one of the coaches, but rather it is just a booth review, and we will see. From what I was seeing, part of his body to Slay, he had it across the line to gain. But where the football was at, where the football's located, is behind the sticks. From my vantage point, from at the moment. Now, if it changes, it has to be a different angle. Of course, that's the big thing here is there another angle that the refs can see that we are not able to see here? They're still looking at it. It's a very close. Now, here's the question. If it is a fourth down, then I have this feeling that Arkansas possibly goes for this. So here we go. What's the call? Okay. So, like I had said, he is short. It's going to be 4th and inches here. Like, maybe even just an inch for Arkansas. So here's the question. If you're Sam Pittman, what does your team dial up here? If you do leave the offense out here to get it, because, it's 4th and an inch. You definitely are going to go for this. It's this part of the game, you want to get any advantage you can. So here we go. On 4th down and inches here, KJ Jefferson. He's got his running back to the left of him. And it looks like they're trying to draw him offside. So they continue looking over at the sideline, trying to get the play call. 7.5 minutes to go here on this 4th down play. It's a snap. It's a handoff to Binion. He doesn't have enough. I think BYU just stopped them. What a stand here for BYU. And Arkansas didn't have enough. What a play. And BYU now has a little bit of hope. Because you probably just would have went from potentially being down 17 to now you could go down and score a touchdown and be within a field goal of tying the game. Big stop there. And it is right there, a double team for the defense of BYU. Here's Slovis looking down the field and incomplete. Nowhere to be found is that football. He was looking, I believe, to Chase Roberts. 2nd and 10 now for BYU. And tonight, Slovis is 7 of 19 for 76 yards. That is rough. And I remember at one time, I believe people were actually saying he may win the Heisman. That's been a long time ago. So here we go. Slovis takes a snap, now looking. That'll be caught by LJ Martin. Makes a move. It's going to be a first down and getting out of bounds. And now we got a flag. And now LJ Martin did slip on the sideline. He is fine, though. And it's a roughing the passer penalty. And that is going against Antonio Greer Jr. of Arkansas. That is a bad penalty to have at this stage of the game. And that is, I will say, though, if you are Arkansas, you could be saying that is the stupidest call because, let's be honest, that is pretty stupid of a call. I am not afraid to say it when I think there's a call that was stupid. That was stupid. He barely even touched Slovis. So here we go. Slovis looking, now throwing, and that'll be a few yards right there. That is Mata Afa Ta'asi, the tight end. First time calling his name. And just, I disagree with the refs so much on that play previously. Here's LJ Martin on the carry. He's going to get a few yards before being stopped by that Arkansas defense. So now we got a third down. Interesting here because I believe this is like 5 or 6 yards they've got to. Okay, 3rd and 4. It's a good situation where you could either run it with LJ Martin or you could have Slovis looking for someone to throw it to here. Just a good decision here you can have. And they are sending everyone out wide. Slovis is in the backfield all alone on a 3rd and 4. Here we go. Slovis, he's sacked. Jaheim Thomas gets in there and says, no way are you throwing this football. So now what does BYU do? Jaheim Thomas, he came in for the sack and Slovis went down. 4th and 7, and BYU is sending the field goal unit out to make this a 7-point game. It's a 38-yard attempt. 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Here is Will Farron. Here we go. It's a fake! Oh, and that was a terrible call. Arkansas knew it from the get-go, and they've got the football. Oh, my goodness. They tried to get cute, but nothing came of it. Oh, and they've got a penalty against Arkansas, it looks like. Oh, my goodness. I did not catch that, but BYU still has a chance to kick a field goal on a 4th and 12. Okay, so actually it was a penalty against BYU for delay a game. 5-yard penalty. Now it's a 43-yard field goal. So they definitely be taking this field goal now. Here we go. Will Farron. It's up, and it's good. BYU comes away with 3 points, making it a 7-point game. And that is how you get a 7-point lead if you are. That's how college football goes sometimes. We'll be back. All right. 31-24, Arkansas with the lead at home. And what has been a game where Arkansas has controlled the majority. I mean, really, it was back and forth in the first half. Second half, Arkansas has controlled every aspect of the second half. It's 31-24. It was 24-21 at halftime. Arkansas had the lead. And so elsewhere around the country, Colorado and Colorado State will be kicking off here shortly. So, for those of you, please stay here here on YouTube, on Saber Broadcast Network, listening to my broadcast of Arkansas and BYU. But if you want on your screen, if you are just listening to me and then also watching the game just to see the visual, then you can go ahead and just, if you want to turn to something else on your TV, just leave me on so you can listen to Arkansas and BYU. So BYU a minute ago, though, on that fake field goal, they caught a break by having the delay of game. So here's the kickoff. And there is the return coming from Sategna. And he will get back to probably about the 20-yard line. So 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's Arkansas football. In what has been a really fun game in Fayetteville. Let's see what Arkansas can do. Arkansas would really prefer to go down and get a touchdown and really make it difficult for BYU to come back in this game, getting a 14-point lead. But let's see what BYU's defense would have to say about that, though. Here we go. Jefferson is handing it off. It's to Binion. Breaks a tackle and nearly gets the first down right there for Arkansas. I believe he did get the first down. Nice carry there for Rashad DeBinion. And just a great carry right there. Off the line, give him a chance. So here we go. Jefferson with the man in motion. It's another carry for DeBinion. And he'll get maybe a yard. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but if you're looking at most, then he got a yard. 2nd and 9 now for the Razorbacks, 31-24. 3:45 to go in the third. Jefferson's got his running back, and it's DeBinion to his left in the backfield. He's got about 3 receivers out wide, and he will throw it to Slay is his receiver right there. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 4 to go. So as far as the run game, you have 7 carries for 73 yards for AJ Green. He's got 2 touchdowns. Rashad DeBinion, 12 for 44. And then KJ Jefferson, 9 for 29. So that has been the run game for Arkansas tonight. So here we go. 3rd down where Arkansas is only 1 for 8. Here we go. Jefferson looking to throw. Gets out of a sack. Now running, and I think he may have got it after stretching the football over the line. That is a first down. Great job right there by KJ Jefferson to realize that he's got nowhere to go with the football, so he just tucks it and he picks it up with his legs. Great play by KJ Jefferson. That is a veteran quarterback right there. Making a veteran quarterback move. That's his 10th carry for 33 yards. All right, here we go. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him. He sends DeBinion out wide. Here we go. Jefferson looking to throw, and he's going down. Nowhere to go right there if you're Jefferson. It's going to be 2nd down and very long to go. And that's got BYU fired up because they know that they needed that to get themselves back in this ball game. Because it is a crucial point, because if BYU allows Arkansas to score again, then that could be a lot of trouble. But, of course, if BYU can get the ball back only down 7, that's a little bit more manageable. Here we go. Here's a snap. Jefferson on 2nd and 18. Throwing. Intercepted! It's Thule! And BYU has got the football. Oh, my. And just a bad play if you're KJ Jefferson. He threw the ball, and it looked like he had it tipped. And it's Max Thule. He is on the receiving end of that interception. And Blank Mangelson gets some pressure on KJ Jefferson, and that is Max Thule with an interception. That is big and vital for BYU. They needed it. Now, BYU's in scoring position. Both teams to turn the ball over once each. So here we go. Fake the handoff by Slovis. Now throwing it back to Kingston. Kingston is, I believe he's in the end zone. He is. Touchdown, BYU. Like that, we are an extra point away from being tied again. What a game, folks. Oh my goodness, this is what I wanted, was a close game, and we have got it here on Saber Broadcast Network here on Saturday night. Will Farron coming out to kick that extra point. 31-30 currently, Arkansas with the lead. All right, clean snap, good hold, and extra point is up and good for the Cougars, but we got a flag. And they're going to have to retry the extra point. So, great play right there to get Parker Kingston the touchdown. And I believe it was on the kicker for the false start. So, Will Farron a little bit longer of an extra point now. Clean snap, good hold, and same results. 31 apiece here in Fayetteville. It is a great game on Saturday night. Just incredible to be sitting here, broadcasting it here on Saber Broadcast Network. And that defense was not ready for Parker Kingston to go down the sideline and get that touchdown. Only took one play. And that interception, if that is how, if that is going to play a big role, because that could have been points for Arkansas turned into an interception and it turned into a touchdown for BYU to tie the game. That was big. Very, very big. So we will see, because now Arkansas definitely got to go down and score points. Arkansas got 3 points off of a turnover, and that's a touchdown for BYU off a turnover. So here is the kick, and this one's going to be returned by Sategna. He gets the outside and gets to about the 29-yard line. That's where Arkansas will begin this drive. So 1:46 to go in the third quarter in what has been a really great game. Okay, also, Kentucky have a little bit of trouble, only up 14-3 on Akron, but this play that they're showing right here on 3rd and 11, this is just ridiculous. 28-3 to be exact. Kentucky leading Akron. And then in minutes, Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes getting ready to host Colorado State. So here's to Slay with the catch. He gets a first down right there for Arkansas. So here we go, minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And KJ Jefferson in the backfield now with his running back. It looks like AJ Green behind him from the 44-yard line. And we got a flag while the ball is being snapped. So here we go. Waiting the call. Offensive false start right there by Arkansas. That is a killer. 1st and 15 now for the Razorbacks. Arkansas, of course, penalties are hurting them. And it's really kept BYU in this game. Been a fun one, though. 31-31. KJ Jefferson's got his running back to his left. He will fake it. Jefferson now looking over the middle. Now caught. And that right there is Andrew Armstrong right there for the Razorbacks. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. As we're going to have a fun fourth, folks. Very fun fourth quarter. And just a great reception there if you are Andrew Armstrong. Really, though, they need Jaden Wilson to get going. So here we go. The handoff is to AJ Green. Breaks a couple tackles. And that's a first down and a lot more for the Razorbacks. And just a great play for that Arkansas offense. As that most likely that is going to be the final play of the third quarter. We're going to go to the fourth tied at 31. That was a way to end that third quarter. Tie game. Here we go to the fourth quarter with a tie ball game, folks. How fun. Been waiting for this. We'll be back. All right, everybody. So I don't know how many of you are well aware, but Florida is 2 minutes away from beating Tennessee. They're up 29-16 right now. So that is very interesting to see. So Tennessee's going to fall in my rankings a little bit. Of course, as you know, I had them at, I believe, 5. So, yeah. Very interesting indeed. But let's go to another commercial break and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Cooper Naylor here with you. Fourth quarter going to begin in just a moment. It's 31-31 between BYU and Arkansas in what has been a game that some thought may not be close. But, well, I'm happy to say that we're going to the fourth quarter with a tie game. I'm happy. So, of course, right now, we will see how this fourth quarter goes. Game is coming back. National broadcast is back. So, we will see. Here we go. Arkansas has the ball. Here is the handoff to A.J. Green, and he's going nowhere. That BYU defense was ready for him. Great stop right there if you are BYU. They don't want to allow a lot, so, of course, that keeps them in that position where it'd be a very long field goal for Cam Little. 2nd and 13 now for the Razorbacks from the 36-yard line. Running back to his left is Jefferson. Jefferson looking, now throwing, and getting it to A.J. Green, the running back. And that's going to be third down. And will be interesting to see probably about 5 or 6 yards here to gain if you're Arkansas. It's third down and 6 here from the 29. They need to get to about the 23. They are in field goal range right now. They're 2 of 9 on third downs tonight. Fourth quarter, big time moment here. If you're Arkansas, you've got to have it. If you're BYU, you've got to stop them. Let's see what happens. Jefferson takes the snap. He's looking, calmly throwing it out wide to his running back, Johnson, and he's stopped. Great defense from BYU, and that's Eddie Heckard. And now that's going to force Arkansas to have to kick a field goal. That was Dominique Johnson trying to do a little too much, and Heckard, he says, not so fast. So here we go. Cam Little is going to come on to kick this 49-yard field goal. It's a 4th and 8, though. So here we go. Clean snap, good hold. Little. Oh, it doinked. No good. It doinked. Oh, my goodness. And like that, BYU's got the football with a chance to take the lead. Wow. This one, I was thinking, it may go back. It doinked to the right, off the top of the upright. And that is all it took. Heartbreak on that kick if you are Arkansas. Just ecstatic if you are BYU. And here we go. Can Keaton Slovis lead a scoring drive? Let's see. Here's Slovis handing it off to L.J. Martin, who's brought down behind the line of scrimmage right there. Great defense if you are Arkansas. Landon Jackson gets in there to stop that play. Great defense if you are Arkansas. 2nd and 12 to go now for BYU here in this fourth quarter. 12 and a half minutes to go in the game. We got a tie ball game in what has been a fun one. Slovis tonight, 10 of 22, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. So Slovis has got his running back to his left. He's going to hand it to L.J. Martin, who will get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Be about 3rd and 10 to go if you are BYU. Clock continues to move a little bit. Doesn't have to be in that much of a hurry. Set 2 of 9 on third downs, though. So you're going to have to pick this up. We got a tie ball game. So BYU can go at their own pace here and just go down and try to get a score here. 11 and a half minutes to go. Here is Slovis with the snap. Looking. Caught. It's Kingston. He's running. Got the first down and a little bit more to go. And BYU's got a first down now. So BYU just kind of calmly just, taking their time. But Parker Kingston, great play. 11 minutes to go in the game. Tie ball game in Fayetteville. Slovis has got his running back to his left. Taking the snap. It's an option type play. Kingston on the end around. And he'll gain a few yards right there before being stopped by that Arkansas defense. And number 27, Chris Paul Jr. And that completely fooled the Arkansas defense for about a couple of yards right there. Here we go. LJ Martin. He will be stopped. It's going to be third down now. And a great stop by that Arkansas defense. 3rd and 8 now. Loss of a yard. So here we go. This is a big point in the game. Can BYU get this first down? It will be very big here. Under 10 minutes to go in the game. And Slovis, he's got his running back to his right. Got about 3 receivers out wide. Slovis takes the snap. Being rushed, steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He, I believe, got the first down. Great play by Keaton Slovis. And all these Arkansas fans here in Fayetteville, they just know that this feels awful. Just when you think you may have them, and they may have to punt it back to Arkansas, there goes Slovis to get the first down. Just a methodical drive if you're BYU. Here's Slovis throwing, looking down the field. It's caught! That is caught! What a catch right there, Keelan Marion. First and goal, BYU. And just a beautiful throw from Keaton Slovis. I mean, seriously, what a throw. Just a beauty. Here we go. Slovis now handing it off to LJ Martin, who will get a few yards right there. Be 2nd and goal. What a game. Oh, man. This is fun. 31-31. And Slovis just beautifully placing that football right where his receiver, Marion, right where he wanted it. Right there. You couldn't have put it in a better spot. Here we go. From about the 7-yard line, Slovis looking around, looking for the end zone. It's caught. Chase Roberts, touchdown, BYU. And like that, they got the lead. What a catch from Chase Roberts. And BYU has taken the lead. Oh my goodness. 9 plays, 69 yards, 4:46 taken off the clock. We got 8 minutes left of this game, and oh my goodness, folks. This is going to be a great ending here. Slovis, and oh man, what a catch from Chase Roberts. Maybe one of the best catches early this season. One-handed, go up and snag that thing. Chase Roberts. Clean snap, good hole, and the extra point's good. 38-31. BYU has taken back the lead since it's the first time since it was 21-14. BYU. What a catch by Chase Roberts. BYU is taking the lead. And it's time for a commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. You are joining us live as BYU has taken back the lead. It's 38-31 BYU. I mean, this has been a fun game to broadcast for you. I am so proud to be able to get a game that actually comes down to the fourth quarter. Every game that I've had so far has not even been close in the fourth quarter yet. This is the best game I've done all season. And folks, I am so happy to be able to give it to you here on Saber Broadcast Network. 38-31 BYU right at this moment. And Arkansas, let's see what they can do. I mean, they've got to go down and score here. They need a touchdown here in front of their home fans. They desperately need a touchdown. And also, Colorado and Colorado State, they have just started a minute ago. West Virginia leads 17-6 over Pitt. Clemson 34-0 over Florida Atlantic. Ole Miss only up 27-17 on Georgia Tech. So that's a little bit about what's going on all around the country, as there is a knee for Arkansas, and they will begin at the 25-yard line. So going back on this touchdown, just an incredible catch by Chase Roberts to snag that thing. That will go down as one of the best catches of 2023. And the toe tap with 1 foot, just incredible. Incredible play by Chase Roberts. And BYU, they've got the lead, 38-31, but let's see what Arkansas does. Here's a quick pass, but we got a flag. Very odd-looking play. So let's wait and see what this penalty will be. They are talking about it. The refs are. So here we go. Here's the call. Okay. So basically, they're saying Arkansas did not give BYU a chance to get prepared on that play. So they got to redo the play. Odd situation there. Here we go. But here's Jefferson looking, rolling, throwing. And that's just at the feet of Slay. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now. So Arkansas needs something big here. They need it. And they need it now. So be 2nd down and 10 to go. As BYU looking to take a win in at Donald W. Reynolds Stadium. There is a few yards right there for Armstrong off of his catch. 3rd down now. And we will see how far this is going to be. So Arkansas got a 3rd and 4. This is a big point in the game. They've got to get this 3rd down and continue this drive because they don't. Who knows? BYU could go down and score and basically ice this game. You're at a vital point in the game. So here we go. Jefferson looking, throwing. It's caught. And that is Jaden Wilson for the first time in this game, and he's close to that 1st down line. With it being this close, if it is 4th down, I have this feeling, okay, it's 4th down. Arkansas has got to go for it. It's 4th and a yard, and Pittman's got to leave them out, got to leave the offense out there. They've got to get this. Clock's running. 6:45 to go in the 4th quarter, or 6:47, and I think we may have a timeout from Arkansas. I'm not sure what the stoppage in play, but I'm pretty sure it's a timeout. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to college football on Saber Broadcast Network. We got a 38-31 game, BYU with the lead. 2 undefeated teams. One will be 2-1 after this game. One will be 3-0. And Arkansas's got a 4th and 1. I believe I'm not sure yet. I'll wait till the game goes back. National broadcast comes back to see. But I believe it was a timeout from Arkansas. That's what I believe happened. And they're talking over to see what are they going to do on this 4th down to see if they can get it. Going to be huge because with 6:47 to go in the 4th quarter, this is probably going to be the biggest play of the game because if Arkansas can get this, then they continue driving down the field trying to get a touchdown, tie the game, and hopefully get it to overtime. If you're BYU, if you get the stop here, you can just run as much clock as you want, and if you get a field goal and you get the ball back with like a minute left, then Arkansas has nothing they can do. So This is a huge point in the game for both of these teams. 4th and 1 with 6:47 to go. And I just wonder if they were reviewing just to make sure that this was making sure they got the right spot. That's probably what they were doing. Either way, we got a 4th and 1. Jefferson's in the backfield. He's got his running back to his right. He's got 2 wide receivers out wide. Here we go. Sends a man in motion. Here's the snap, and we got a flag. We have a flag. And let's see what it is. And it's Arkansas. They're going to have to punt the ball and hope their defense can get the stop. That just will eat a team up. You can't have those kind of penalties in this type of game. When it's a 7-point game, you need a touchdown. And Brady Latham just with the stupid penalty. So here we go. Max Fletcher punting it away. And a fair catch called by Nyberg, I mean. So 1st and 10. Keaton Slovis and the BYU offense is coming back out. And not sure what we may get from this BYU offense, but what they need to do is just run the ball and just keep it. Just don't allow anything and just easily get themselves back in this game. Just kind of easily run this clock out. So here we go. Here is LJ Martin. He gets about a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9 here for BYU. 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. So clearly just running the ball. Arkansas just needs a stop here. 2nd and 9. 5:50 to go in the 4th. 38-31. Here's Slovis. Looking, throwing. That's caught. It's Isaac Rex. He breaks a couple tackles. He's going down the sideline, and now we got a flag. What a play. And BYU is looking for the kill. And just waiting to see what this penalty is going to be. And I believe they just said illegal touching. So that is a big break for the Hogs. 38-31. Well, that's a big break if you are Arkansas. And very just big. It's 3rd and 14 now. Clock is running. 5.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. BYU 4 for 11 on 3rd downs. Here we go. Slovis. Got another penalty flag. And BYU takes a timeout. 38-31 BYU when we return. All right, everybody, welcome back. 38-31 BYU here in the fourth quarter. Got about 5 minutes to go in the game, and this is a big play, 3rd and 14. Now, here is the big thing here. If BYU doesn't get it, then they're just going to have to play some defense and try to hold Arkansas to not scoring, or either if they could just hold it to a field goal, that would be preferred if you're BYU. Arkansas, they've got to get this stop. They've got to get it now. And then they've got to go and score a touchdown. They need a touchdown in order to get this to overtime. Now, you also preferably don't want to give a lot of time or any time at all to BYU to have a chance to go down and get a field goal to win. So we will see what happens. National broadcast is still in break. So we will see what is going to happen. This right here is going to be big these last few minutes. So everybody, right now, buckle up because this is the final 5 minutes. This is going to be good. So, broadcast is coming back, and we will see. We will see if BYU, are they going to be the ones holding off Arkansas, or will Arkansas make a comeback? Here we go. Slovis on 3rd and 14. He's dropped. Landon Jackson with the sack on Slovis. That is huge. Now the clock does continue to move on. It is about 5 minutes now in the fourth. Clock is moving. And what a big play for that Arkansas defense. If you are Landon Jackson and Slovis, you just got to get rid of that football. Just got to get rid of that football. 4th and 24 now. Here's the punt. And here we go. Sategna will take it, and where he catches it is pretty much where he will. That's where Arkansas will have it. 1st and 10. And 4:31 to go. Enough time for Arkansas to go down and get a touchdown. And then, potentially force an overtime. If you're BYU, you just got to make sure that even if Arkansas were to go to score, you got to make sure you still have enough time to go down and get a field goal. So, here we go. KJ Jefferson sends a man to motion. Here's the handoff. It is to Binion. He gets a few yards right there. It's going to be 2nd down for Arkansas. So Arkansas just playing it conservative, not all that aggressive, just move the football how you know to move the football. Coming up next week, they are at LSU. It's going to be an ESPN game. Then they've got Texas A&M. So for the next two games, very interesting to watch. Jefferson throws it. Incomplete. He had Dominion. He got hit and lost the football. Third down. This right here is the game. 3rd and 7. Arkansas down 7. They need it. 3:57 to go. They are 2 of 11 on third downs, and they've got to have it. This is the play of the game here. Can Arkansas get the first down? Jefferson in the backfield with his running back to his right. Jefferson takes a snap. He's looking. He's got to move. He dropped the football. He fumbled it. BYU's got it. BYU. They've got the football. Jefferson fumbled. Oh, my goodness. And like that, BYU has 349, and that may have just been what sealed the deal in Fayetteville. And it's Eddie Heckard with the strip, and then Tyler Batty of that BYU defense getting the recovery on that fumble. Oh, my goodness. So here we go. Slovis with the handoff to LJ Martin. He gets about a yard or two, and that's about all. And just BYU's not going to go too fast here. Just going to kill this clock. Arkansas played a good game, but it was a second half that was all BYU, folks. 24-21 was your halftime score. Arkansas was up. Since then, second half, BYU with a 17-7 second half here. And they don't look like they're going to go too fast. But here we go. Slovis to LJ Martin. And he's going to run and get a couple yards right there on the ground. And so it's going to be third down. And just what has been... Well, okay, timeout from Sam Pittman. And that is big. Because now there's still a chance that if they were to get the football back, they have a chance to go down and get something. But we're going to take a commercial break and be right back to the action in Fayetteville. All right, everyone. 38-31 BYU, and they just got a fumble recovery. It's a third down now for BYU, and what is going to be huge play coming up on this third down for BYU. If BYU gets the first down, then I feel like the game's pretty much over. Now, if Arkansas can get the stop, I could see Pittman taking a timeout, and of course, the punt, of course, trying to get some time, get as much time as possible for your offense, and then go down, possibly get a touchdown, tie the game, go to overtime, And then we'll just see what happens if it does go to overtime. Now, there's no guarantee that this is going to overtime, folks, because, like I said, if BYU were to pick up the first down, I think the game's pretty much over. But we shall see, because this is a great game. I'm telling you. I am so pleased to be bringing this to you. And next week, we hope, because next week should be the best week of college football action throughout the whole season. Jack said it at halftime, and I'm just repeating it because I agree with him. Next week, from the time the ball's kicked off the first game to the time that it's the next day, basically, late in the night, there's good football. And I am going to be there to watch some football next week. So, some updates around the country. Colorado and Colorado State, where every pregame show seemed to be, is tied 7-7. So a good game there in Boulder. So here we go. 3rd down and 5 to go. And I think that BYU just drew Arkansas offside. If so, that is huge in this game. So here we go. Oh, it's Landon Jackson on that defense of Arkansas. That's a killer. That pretty much, I believe, about put the game on ice right there for BYU. So BYU has the football, and it is a first down. First down for BYU on the 10th penalty for Arkansas. Really big. So here we go. 1st and 10, Keaton Slovis of BYU. Handing it off to LJ Martin. And he's going to get a few yards right there. Just trying to run as much clock as possible here. 2:51 to go. And so just waiting to see. There is a second timeout called by Sam Pittman of the Arkansas Razorbacks. So we are now down to 2 total timeouts between the two teams. So Arkansas not looking too good right at this moment. 38-31 BYU. And it is BYU's football with 2:51 to go here in this game. So very interesting right at this moment. Of course, we are waiting right now on the national broadcast because, they like to do all their promos while they have a chance. So we are just waiting on that. Arkansas fans starting to file out of the stadium there in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 38-31 right now. BYU with the lead and the football. 2nd and 7. Here is Slovis handing it off to LJ Martin. He's just trying to stay in bounds, and he's going to lose a lot of yards. And now it's a 3rd down. And a long way to go if you are BYU. You don't exactly have to get a first down here, as the Razorbacks are going to take their final timeout here. So with 2:44, as long as BYU is in field goal range, it's 3rd and 12, by the way. As long as BYU is in field goal range, and if they can get this field goal, pretty much the game's over. And with a 41-31 lead, I just don't see Arkansas coming back from that. If that's what happens here. For Arkansas, if you can somehow find a way to get it where BYU misses the field goal, if there is a field goal attempt, and then you go down and score a touchdown and get into overtime, I mean, it's insane to think about, but it's a possibility right now. So 38-31, BYU with the lead, 3rd and 12, 2:44 to go in this game. So here we go. Keaton Slovis sends a man in motion. Here's the handoff to L.J. Martin, and he loses more yards right there. It's 4th down now, and about 14 or 15 right here. Field goal unit will most likely come on. So that's Will Farron, the kicker. And what you're looking at is a 4th and 15, and it's a very long field goal. A very long field goal here. And we'll see what Kalani Sitake ends up wanting to do. And what it looks like is he may just run this clock about as much as he can, call the timeout, and then set up for a field goal attempt. And so we will see. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Kalani Sitake did take that last timeout of BYU. So no timeouts left in this game, folks. No timeouts. 38-31 BYU. 4th and 15. 2 minutes to go. And here is an opportunity for BYU to pretty much ice this game if they make this field goal. Now, if they don't, like I said, Arkansas has a chance. They've got life. 2 minutes, that's enough time to go down and get a touchdown if you're Arkansas. So here we go. This is truly the game. A 50-yard attempt on a 4th and 15 with 2 minutes to go in the game. 38-31 BYU. Here we go as setting up the kick. And we shall see. Here we go. Clean snap. Good hold. The kick up. No good. Is no good. Arkansas is going to get the football with a chance to go down and score and potentially take it to overtime. Oh my goodness. 1:55 and Arkansas has a chance. Will Farron wide right. Oh my goodness, everybody. It's Saturday night in college football, and this is just an incredible play. A missed field goal from Will Farron, and Arkansas's got a chance. Here we go. Can Arkansas possibly go down and score a touchdown and take this to overtime? Here we go. Here's Jefferson with the snap. He fumbled, but it's picked up by his offensive lineman, Latham. He got lucky there, but that did lose a yard, and they've got to hurry because the clock is running, but they have an injured player out there, and it looks like that's their big offensive lineman for Arkansas, 75, Patrick Kudus. So that is not a good sign because you need every bit of that offensive line when you're trying to go down the field and score a touchdown here at the end of the game to potentially get it to overtime. And losing Patrick Kudus, that is a bad loss if you're Arkansas. But here you go. You got a 2nd and 11. Let's see what Arkansas can do. KJ Jefferson. Here's the snap. He's looking. Jefferson throwing. And that's caught by Jaden Wilson. Clock temporarily stops because of the 1st down. Jaden Wilson, I believe that's his only 2nd catch of the night. That's a big thing here. But here we go. KJ Jefferson with the snap. Jefferson rolling, throwing, caught! Out of bounds is Andrew Armstrong. And Arkansas has a chance. With 1:16, they are in BYU's side of the field. Incredible stuff here as KJ Jefferson finds Andrew Armstrong wide open. Big play there. So here you go. From the 34, Arkansas looking for a touchdown. Let's see what they can get. 1:16, here is Jefferson looking. getting away from a potential sack. He's going to take off and run. He's got the first down. And now they hurry because you can't stop long. Clock does stop, but you got to go when you have no timeouts. 1 minute and 7 seconds. They're in the red zone, and like that, they shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty. And it's a holding on the run. And that's going to back them way up. Oh, my goodness. 1 minute 7 to go. And this is going to be a long way to go now. Because Latham had a holding. And just terrible as we got another injury out there. Another offensive lineman. This is number 72, Andrew Chambly for Arkansas. This is not good if you are the Razorbacks. And just now you had the penalty. And this is just hard if you are Arkansas. So this is not good. Not a lot of pressure being put on that foot of Chambly. So that's not a good sign if you're Arkansas. So now you're down 2 offensive linemen. And this is not good if you're a Razorback fan. 38-31, 1 minute 7 to go. BYU with 38-31 lead. And it's 1st and 20 from about the 44-yard line on BYU's side of the football field. Man goes in motion for Arkansas, Jefferson, and another flag. Let's see what this is. So we await the ref. It's a false start on Arkansas. Arkansas is going to continue doing this. And I believe it's Latham again. That is 12 penalties for 111 yards there. 1 minute 1 second to go. 1st and 25 now. Arkansas is just hurting themselves. Here we go. Jefferson looking. He's got to go. And that'll be complete. That is the running back, DeBinion, with the catch. Clock is running. Now you got 2nd and a long mile to go. Here is Jefferson. Takes the snap. He's got to look deep. 2nd and 18, now throwing incomplete. So that is actually probably a good thing. But you got 3rd and 18 now. You need a touchdown, and you got to get 18 yards on this play. And if you don't, you got a 4th down that'll be the deciding factor of this whole game. And we will just see what happens. Arkansas with the football, 3rd and 18. And this right here, Arkansas's got 2 plays to have to pick up 18 yards. They got to get it here. Let's see what they can do. Here is Jefferson dropping back, looking deep. He was hit. It was nearly intercepted on the play. Nearly. But no way was it intercepted. Jacob Robinson was looking for that interception. He dropped it. Another flag on the field. Let's see what this is. It's declined. The penalty's declined. It's 4th down now. So it was probably against Arkansas. BYU declined it. And now, 27 seconds, 4th and 18. Here's your game here, folks. What is Arkansas going to do? You're down 7 points. You got 27 seconds. It's a 4th and 18. You pretty much have got to go. You got to get the 18 yards here. Your offensive line's going to have to hold long enough for Jefferson to get something, though. So here we go. Jefferson looking, throwing. Caught! It's caught! Luke Haas with the catch. Luke Haas. He caught it. And now it's a 1st and 10. Jefferson with his running back to his left. He takes the snap, looking, caught. And that is Sategna getting out of bounds. 12 seconds to go in this game. We may have overtime, folks. Oh, my goodness. And that is a great catch by Luke Haas. They gave him enough time on that 4th and 18. They got it. Oh, my goodness. 2nd and 5 now. 12 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And Arkansas is on the doorstep of getting in the end zone. From the 16-yard line, they've got a 2nd and 5. Let's see what they can do with it. KJ Jefferson's got Tebinion to his left. Jefferson looking. He's got a retreat. Now throws, but we got a flag on the field. A flag called. And let's just see what this is going to be. 5 seconds to go in the game, though. And we got a holding. And if this is against Arkansas, this is going to hurt. Because you pretty much have one last play here. Again, it is Latham. The offensive lineman, Brady Latham, again with the holding. So here you go. If you're Arkansas, you've got one last play. One last play. You've got a 3rd down here, most likely. And, okay, 2nd and 15. I'm sorry about that. But either way, 2nd and 15, 5 seconds to go, fourth quarter. 13 penalties for 121 yards if you're Arkansas. That is a killer. 38-31. Here is your ball game, everyone. And if they get this touchdown, then we go to overtime, potentially, if they can make the extra points. Here we go, Jefferson on the game. He's dropped, but no. Okay, so they have a special play they're going to, but that's taken down. We got a flag. This is a little bit of a mess. Let's see what this flag is real quick. Refs have got a lot to sort out here. But if this is an Arkansas, game over. BYU is going to win the game. But if this is against BYU, this game may not be over yet. So we will see. We will see what happens here. No time left. And it's going to go against Arkansas. It's over. Illegal forward pass. Arkansas is going to lose. And that's it. That is it, folks. That is how this ball game ends. That Arkansas loses 38-31 at home. And the last play is an illegal forward pass. What a way to end the game, folks. And I got to tell you, for my streams, at one time, this is the most people I've had in a stream. So I am pleased to see this. Over 70 people at one time watching the game. Thank y'all for watching, though. 38-31 BYU. And the game ends on an illegal forward pass. Well, that's going to do it, everybody. Don't forget, Wednesday night, there is college football wraparound. That's going to be 8:15, as always. And then Saturday, SBN College Football Saturdays, followed by a game at some point in the day. Not sure yet what game that will be, but you may want to stick around and check my community posts throughout the week or watch my show Wednesday night just to see. So for now, I'm Cooper Naylor. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again later.